What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today we've got a little bit of news mixed in with our Xur video. Yesterday in This Week at Bungie announced a couple of pretty significant things. One is that on Wednesday, February 8th, they will be previewing a new sandbox update, a new weapon balance patch. That'll be at 10 a.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/Bungie, and they'll just be kind of going through what the changes are going to be to the sandbox. Then the following week on February 14th, that's Valentine's Day. Just keep that one in your calendar, guys. Update 2.5.0.2 will be released. That will be a weapon balance patch. A lot of people are really excited about this, me included. The fact that it's been, I don't know, something like 20 or 21 weeks since we've gotten a significant change to the meta of Destiny means that the meta has grown a little bit stale, and a change is welcome. Any change, in my opinion. A lot of people say to me, what do you want to see or what do you expect to see in a weapon balance update? And what I want to see is change. I want to see a reason to go out there and collect new and different archetypes of weapons that I don't necessarily feel are useful right now. Stuff that I've been dismantling for the last, 2 years. It'd be fun to all of a sudden see usefulness in those. Maybe high-impact auto rifles or high-impact pulse rifles, snipers, fusion rifles, that kind of stuff. It'd be great to see those kind of emerge in the meta as power weapons and have a reason to go out and grind for those. So I'm really excited for that. There's another piece of news that I feel is worth mentioning. On February 9th, the Activision earnings call is happening. So Activision, this is something that Activision does for their investors. They go over their past earnings and talk about the future prospects for the company. And a lot of people, me included, expect them to at least mention Destiny 2. Whether that be saying that Destiny 2 is on track, whether they actually say it is coming out in 2017, we don't know. We'll have to wait for the earnings call. But it definitely will be something to keep your eye on February 9th. So 3 big dates. February 8th is the twitch.tv Bungie unveil of what we can expect on February 14th for the weapon balance patch. And then February 9th is the Activision earnings call, where hopefully we'll find out that Destiny 2 is in fact coming out in 2017. I wouldn't expect to hear anything as far as, what kind of content we can expect in Destiny 2 or any details about the content, but a confirmation that it is coming out in 2017 would be welcome by the Destiny community at this point. And then Bungie will be released to do whatever they need to do as far as press releases and, starting to announce the game. But I wouldn't expect to see a whole lot of Destiny 2 news unless it comes in the form of leaks like we saw last week with the Mega Bloks leak until E3. So that's a really exciting thing. The next couple of weeks are actually really exciting for Destiny fans, especially if you're into Crucible play. With that being said, let's find out what Xur has this week. Hello, Xur. What you got for us? All right, first of all, for the Titans, we've got the Helm of Saint 14. I really like the Helm of Saint 14. I think it's actually pretty useful in PvE. It can be really fun in PvP too. Starless Night, your Ward of Dawn blinds enemies who enter it. In the Wrath of the Machine raid, it's much more useful than it was in the Taken King raid or the King's Fall raid. Because the King's Fall raid had all these long range engagements, but there's a lot more stuff that's like in your face in the Wrath of the Machine raid. This can actually be pretty beneficial. It's not necessary, but it can help you out. It can keep you a little more protected than if you don't have it. And that's pretty good. The roll on this isn't super good. It's got increased intellect and increased strength, which are both good, but it's a 90% roll. So it's not tier 12 capable, which means you're probably going to want to use a glass needle to re-roll this. It does have ashes to assets, heavy lifting, and invigoration. This is a pickup. If you don't have a Helm of 14, I would definitely buy one. It is fun to use in PvP. It's not a top tier exotic by any means, and it can be very useful at keeping you safe in Nightfalls and in the Wrath of the Machine raid. Next up for the Hunters, the Radiant Dance Machines. Main perk here is the dance. You move more quickly while aiming your weapon. It's not a big increase. I think it's 5 or 10%, which isn't huge, but when you pair it with the Mida multi-tool, you can be a pretty tough target to hit while you are still aiming down your sights and firing. It's a subtle difference. It's really a preferential thing. Like, give them a shot, see if you like it, see if you start winning more gunfights. If you do, you might really like the Radiant Dance Machines. If you don't, no big deal. There are plenty of good exotics for the Hunter. The Bones of Io are my go-to exotic on the Hunter. They're just so hard to take off of my Hunter because you feel so good with them on. But back in the day, in the Dark Below, I really used to like the Radiant Dance Machines paired with the Mida multi-tool. You got that double speed boost that really complemented each other well. We got increased intellect and increased discipline here. This is an 88% roll this week, so it's not very high. Again, you're probably going to want to re-roll these with a glass needle. We got shotgun ammo, machine gun ammo, arc double down, solar double down, and void double down. Next up for the Warlocks, a exotic that I've just never really seen the use for. Delusions of Grandeur on the Skull of Dire Ahamkara take reduced damage while using Nova Bomb. It's not that much damage either. It's like 5 or 10% again. Improved energy drain abilities. Probably the better part of this is the improved energy drain abilities, but to be honest, there's very good exotics on Warlocks, and the Skull of Dire Ahamkara, while it looks awesome, I've just never seen the usefulness for. So I'm sure there is somebody out there who knows exactly like the time to use these, but taking reduced damage while using Nova Bomb, it's going to come up so rarely in PvP or in PvE that I can't imagine using an entire exotic slot on the armor side on a Warlock where there's so many good armor that are useful all the time. I just don't see it. So I would skip this unless you're just collecting armor just to complete your set. The roll on it isn't that high either. It's an 89% roll with increased discipline and increased strength, hands-on, second thoughts, and invigoration. Weapon of the week is the Invective. I love the Invective. It's not awesome. The main downside to it is the 4-round magazine, making some fast-firing legendaries better in PvE than the Invective, but it does regenerate ammo, which is really nice. You know, every once in a while, you just run out of ammo, and the Invective doesn't have that problem. It'll just kind of regenerate ammo. The problem is that 4-round magazine. With full auto, you expend that magazine pretty quickly, and sometimes the shit you're shooting at just isn't dead, as opposed to another shotgun with a 6-round magazine gets the job done a little better. In PvP, this thing is surprisingly good. It's not going to stand toe-to-toe at range with a Matador, but because it is full auto, it fires pretty quickly. The range isn't bad. 2 shots, maybe 3 shots can get the job done. And since you're getting your ammo back over time, you're not that concerned about getting those green boxes all the time. It's not super popular. You see it every once in a while. If you play around with it in PvP, you will find that you will lose some gunfights to a Matador because you just don't have that one-shot range. But often you'll get the job done if you can, if you can get, if you could sneak up on a guy a little bit, which I guess is, moderately less useful. But it's still a fun gun to use. And the ornaments are really cool for it, too. I really like the Storm's Reproach. I would definitely pick this up. If it's your first exotic, I'd probably pass by it, but it is a fun gun to use. I use it a lot in PvE as well. All right, Plasma Drive and Void Drive to upgrade your Blue Rare Sparrow to Legendary status and change the color of the contrail. Buy 3 heavy ammo synthesis for 1 strange coin. You can buy 10 of them for 3 strange coins. You can buy 5 3 of coins for 7 strange coins. You can buy 3 glass needles for a whole bunch of shit. A Moto Light, exotic shards, the standard stuff here. This stuff doesn't change. But a not really exciting exotic week, but definitely a cool news week. Like, I'm really looking forward to next week. I know that the news has been a little slow for the Destiny community lately. Looks like it's going to be picking up as we get a new weapon balance update. It should change a little bit, the meta of the game. And, we're looking the spring update square in the face. That should be coming up in, April. So that's only about 2 months away. So that should be really exciting. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'm going to jump off the tower. I'll see you guys next time.